Vocabio. Master English your way.
Different things, right? And let me give you this rather contrived sentence to make that point. Einstein's talk on the nature of...
The direction said it would go to 48 if I wanted to. I thought, oh boy.
This contrived cuisine that was being served in the name of my...
Catch up with the West and convert their contrived national identity into a sturdy refuge for all 500 different...
This alarm keeps going and almost lingers for a really long time. And we all know this.
Just want to linger one little moment in the 70s.
After the pandemic, which is still lingering, and dealing with lockdowns and various global issues.
And even when we're not closeted, it still lingers. Those feelings still linger like a phantom limb, you know? So
focus on this. Now, also the lingering hands in pockets, always indicator of another guy to guy in a...
Really sort of fascinating and perplexing symptom that many people experience when they have
commission. But it's always perplexed me, a wealthy silk merchant. Why would...
No, I think the question of consciousness is perplexing either way. Whether what makes you you or makes...
us create answers to some of the most perplexing health questions in the world. Let me tell you.
Yes. And I was really perplexed. Why is this happening? You have a sharp angle here.
And then Team USA also has to have a debrief and actually select you officially. So I think
when they come back to the next session, then they debrief it, right? So there's a review of that skill, then they learn a new one.
People often, as an example, think about doing like debriefs when a big project fails, and it's all...
See what happens, and then you can watch debriefs of how your negotiation went compared to other people's.
Something which was really upsetting for children. And by the way, we debriefed them all, so we haven't violated any kind of ethic.
Personalities that have given rise to this enormous overshoot are most powerful in those cases where access to a resource...
Come and sit at the chart. They may overtake, they may overshoot and go to the other area. From where...
When you overshoot a cooking show, you lose the guts of it.
Foreign policy. Not sometimes overshoot or don't work as well as we'd like or don't work quickly.
3, where they're kind of mapping out these different overshoot scenarios, right? And some of you may be more...
Why your life's meaningful. Too much overthinking about it, ruminating it can sometimes undermine.
Where they were kind of overthinking things, and I've experienced that at times too, where
we get into the states when we're overthinking and ruminating and really struggle to switch off. For that,
and this seems simple, but I was overthinking it. The chocolate peanut butter crispy cake.
A lot of overthinking that I do anymore when it comes to book writing.
Official to China, that's what has transformed the country, international trade, foreign investment, and so on.
And get involved in transforming our energy system and having America lead the world and save it.
It is only in transforming everybody's lives that one gets to transform one's own life.
Even with the technological revolution, which is kind of transforming the way we work and transforming, life for all.
Verbs and be transformed. I think, start with the works that visually arrest you.
Churyumov Gerasimenko is not magnetized. So many theories of solar system formation had
to toggle that bit and magnetize it, as opposed to the magnetic drum, which had to...
With an inscrutable magnetizing skin of thin slats. The design synergized.
My theory is that we are magnetized to people and things that we...
Magnetic field. There are permanently magnetized rocks that we observe in certain regions that point towards this.
And I just had equated that success meant that I was fulfilled.
4 factors that equate to your total daily energy expenditure, okay? This...
A social media post equates to reality. There is the flip side. Social media...
Systems of actual violence by equating words with bloody violence.
In ideas of success equating to money and looking like being the...
When you are in the massive system, sometimes you feel quite suffocating. It's hard for you to change alone. But when you have a small system...
And their businesses are suffocated and rendered toxic and untouchable. Again, this...
Instead, I had to send them suffocating
in pain.
So I think that kind of suffocating rightness to Frampton's tectonics, I think, and their businesses are suffocated and rendered toxic and untouchable. Again, this...
It's basically a trial run in adulting. Ron and I continue to be
Adulting, yes. The practice of behaving in a
life, right? They have the adulting and all those programs that they offer. I would add...
Good at this, and then life as an adult, like adulting humbles you.
Yeah.
So what?
And hopefully I turned out okay and I'm adulting all right, but we'll see by the end of the talk.
Yeah, we'll judge you.
Braley, and also new friends like Nick Madden here. And so what we're going to do is march through.
Over time, he starts to piece this together, but it's maddening that they won't tell him what's happening. So
we also have Jane Madden, Global Managing Partner of Sustainability and Social Impact at...
I wouldn't call it a desert. We had the MAD in Boston, MFA Boston, and Chicago, and
Rob Cross. Rob is the Edward A. Madden Professor of Global Leadership at Babson College. And
in North America and elsewhere are diverging in terms of their wealth.
The places where you both diverge in your approaches.
Philosophies of life may be diverging in America.
Yeah, I want to talk about this too.
We go rail nav degraded, then diverge. The spacecraft will drop down a manual. And you
may or may not have given up, that we may or may not diverge from. Do you see any value, since we're discussing whether we were right to...
After the war, vastly overshadowed the destruction inflicted on the city.
Superior to other people's, it ends up overshadowed by the person who is louder.
With her work, but it overshadows the emancipatory role of local lo-fi activists.
It will be overshadowed by what I see as two pieces of his legacy. One...
Well, it grew worse, to the point that it overshadowed my life. It was this constant companion.
Cook it. And once we caramelize that tomato paste, we're going to add some spices in, and then we're going to add our rice.
So it kind of sweetens up and caramelizes. That sounds
amazing. Oh, yeah, it does. And then I have...
When it starts to cook, it starts to caramelize, starts to smell fried garlic in your dining room or in your kitchen.
A lot of recipes say to caramelize onions, and that usually if you want to caramelize them properly.
And then just caramelizing onions in butter.
Several million jobs still not regenerated, still not recreated. It's a very...
Like composting to regenerate soils, I love the...
And you need to regenerate and repair. So this requires protein. One of the largest
barren wasteland, I can learn how to regenerate it. I can find the right balance. I can imagine.
What we are saying is that if we want to regenerate, if we are looking for
college level, CUNY is about to renegotiate its contract with its food service vendors.
We've just fundamentally renegotiated some aspects.
I think it's such an interesting time for Britain in terms of renegotiating. I feel like the UK is in this.
Wrote off the debt. Were they all renegotiated? Were there lawsuits? When Trump defaulted?
Can't have a trade policy that's aligned with European Union rules. That it's
a chain of command that has to be aligned. You can get clashes of this.
University of NASA. So anyway. The planets are literally aligning for you. Everything, it's all, yes, exactly.
Aligning industry and government and consumers within a sort of single delivery.
Needed to have the whole world aligned with the sanctions that were being imposed.
Millions of good-paying jobs, energizing, making our nation more energy efficient.
Take some time to do energizing activities and strengthen the overall system. And two.
Hello, and welcome to Energized, a podcast series from Intelligence Squared. Welcome to this Energized debate, this new series from Intelligence Squared.
Okay, so I'm really energized by the idea of how we kind of devolution and
my husband endangered my life.
And
no, everybody now is endangered.
That would definitely endanger your life.
It was suicidal. I mean, because I think it's very hard.
Fire because we were endangered. You know, the war was still on.
But days to find the endangered primates. Well, we think we're 60%. Okay, how can we?
Vocabio, available in Google Play. Download, discover, improve your English.